Once again, from Lions Club's International Foundation, the trio team of Rebecca Dauo, Silvio Mariotti and Chandrashekar Shetty. These three are here to talk to us about the very cause that Helen Keller challenged all of us Lions to take up. The challenge to become the Knights of the Blind. Our very dear Sight First.
Hello, Lions. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak to you about Lions Club's International Foundation, our global foundation. This year, we celebrate 30 years of the Sight First program, which launched in 1990. This work would not have been possible without the generous support from all of you, our Lions, to LCIF. Campaign Sight First, Campaign Sight First 2, and now Campaign 100 have been the mechanisms to empower the service of our Lions and allow us to continue one of our most important cause areas, sight. Throughout the years, our alignment with global organizations has allowed us to further the impact and reach of our service. As we all know, it takes many to truly accomplish this work. We have aligned ourselves with many highly reputable organizations to make an even greater impact, such as the World Health Organization, Johnson & Johnson, the Carter Center, and Special Olympics. The Sight First program is one of the most popular grant programs of Lions Club's International Foundation. The goal of the program is to provide sustainable solutions to communities to ensure comprehensive eye care. Later, you will hear from many of our renowned technical experts on the topic of comprehensive eye care, and we are very proud of our accomplishments. The Sight First program is one of the premier grant programs of LCIF, simply defined in the tagline of the logo, Lions Conquering Blindness. The goal of this program has always been to provide solutions to ensure the strengthening of comprehensive eye health systems through training professionals, supporting infrastructure, and promoting eye health. The numbers speak for themselves when you look at the impact of our collective work. 9.3 million cataract surgeries, 2.3 million eye care professionals trained, 493 doses of medication to combat trachoma and onchocerciasis. These are outstanding numbers that will only continue to grow, and I am excited for the discussions that will be occurring here today as we think through new strategies and innovative solutions to move forward. Projects in Sight First are instrumental in establishing an international framework for eye health trainings and treatment. An important aspect of Sight First has been the focus on training healthcare professionals, which leads to an increased and sustainable capacity. I will share with you shortly these results in the Isame constitutional area. A hallmark of Sight First has been the pure breadth and depth of Lions from across the world that have accessed this grant program. We take great pride when we see that as of today, over 100 countries have utilized this funding. As a foundation, this is a metric for us to ensure that our programs are holistically and easily accessible for all Lions. The 1,300 Sight First projects have been instrumental in establishing an international framework for eye health trainings and treatment. An important distinction of this program, and I commend the Lions for their perseverance, has been the focus on training healthcare professionals, increasing capacity, which ensures that we provide a sustainable solution to our communities. As we all know, equipment is an important part of this puzzle, but training is the true piece that creates sustainability. As mentioned in the opening remarks, we worked closely with a number of international organizations and companies to achieve extraordinary impact in our vision work. Partnerships with groups like the World Health Organization and International Agency for the Prevention of Blindness allow for us to convene with international stakeholders in order to develop projects that meet international standards, learning best practices. Partnerships open doors for us to reach vulnerable communities and to engage governments and other multi-stakeholders groups to convey one simple message: service to our communities. And the results in Isame are outstanding. More than 1.2 million comprehensive eye exams have been conducted. 5,000 eye care professionals have been trained. 2.5 million sight-saving cataract surgeries have been performed. And nearly 400 vision hospitals have been equipped or renovated. But equally important are the lives changed through the work of Sight First and all of you. Just look at these few select photos we have shared. As we all know, where there is a need, there is a lion, and the needs continue. The work of Sight First must continue, not only for another 30 years, but beyond. We need your support more than ever. For those who have already personally supported LCIF during Campaign 100, thank you. For those who have made your gift recurring or ongoing, thank you again. For those meaning to give whatever you can, I thank you in advance. I would like to turn the presentation over to Senior Technical Advisor, Dr. Shetty, who will showcase the impact of Sight First in Isame. Then World Health Organization Senior Medical Officer and Sight First Advisory Committee Secretariat, Dr. Silvio Mariotti, will close the presentation with the global impact of Sight First. Thank you again for attending this seminar at the Isame Forum, and best wishes for a successful forum. Now, I would like to introduce a new video celebrating all the achievement of the Sight First program.
Lions have always been in the forefront dealing with the issue of vision loss.
In 1925, Helen Keller called on Lions to become Knights of the Blind, and they rose to the challenge. Through the decades, Lions have championed life-changing programs for blind and visually impaired people. In 1990, LCIF launched Sight First, empowering Lions to do even more.
It started as a response to the global crisis about unoperated cataracts.
Millions are free from cataracts because Sight First invested in building eye health infrastructure and training eye care professionals.
Sight First, Lions Vision for All, has been a game changer.
It has got very far-reaching ramifications on development, on education, on poverty, and also quality of life.
In 1993, Lions' efforts to control river blindness began. And in 1999, LCIF joined the fight against trachoma.
We dream to see a country where nobody will be going blind from trachoma.
Lions joined with the Carter Center to implement the SAFE strategy, providing surgery and antibiotics, improving face washing and environment through access to clean water and sanitation.
I commend all Lions on their achievements of Sight First and encourage you to continue your extraordinary leadership.
Our 21st century partnerships have saved the sight of millions more.
What is this?
Special Olympics athletes receive vision care and glasses through our Opening Eyes partnership. Children benefit because LCIF and WHO established pediatric eye centers in 30 countries. Children in Asia and Africa receive eye exams and free glasses thanks to Sight for Kids with Johnson & Johnson Vision.
That's my boy! Yeah!
By launching Sight First 2 in 2005, Lions were able to expand efforts in childhood blindness, research, and low vision.
Prior to the grant, children would have to wait 3, sometimes 4 years before I would get a chance to see them and work with them.
In 30 years, Sight First has become Lions' greatest success story, reaching 115 countries with a profound impact. 9 million cataract surgeries, 2 million eye care and community health workers, 1,300 eye care centers and training institutes, 498 million doses of trachoma and river blindness medication.
เรามีใจที่สู้แต่พอได้เหมือนแบบได้มองแสงสว่างเหมือนเปิดโลกให้ตัวเองใหม่อย่างเงี้ยค่ะก็คือ
มันภูมิใจคือเด็กคนหนึงคือภูมิใจมากๆที่แบบ
I wish I could meet every single lion that there is out there and thank them personally because I am who I am today because of the lions.
Visit lionsclubs.org/savevision to learn more about preserving the precious gift of sight.
Respected Lion leaders and friends, I, Lion Dr. S. Chandrashekar Shetty, Chief Sight First Technical Advisor, India and Sri Lanka, and Vice Chancellor of Adichunchanagiri University, Karnataka, India, have a great pleasure to make a presentation on the impact of Sight First for Isame countries on the occasion of 30th anniversary of Sight First. Types of Sight First projects. The first project was Lions Arvind Institute of Community Ophthalmology, LICO, Madurai. Establishment of new eye hospitals. Establishment of satellite centers. Establishment of vision centers. Management of diabetic retinopathy in the community. Manpower management training for capacity building of existing eye hospitals for secondary care. Manpower management training for capacity building of startup eye hospitals for secondary care, curriculum development for capacity enhancement of eye hospitals, reorientation training for existing eye hospitals for comprehensive eye care, LCIF Vision 2020 training for eye care managers at LICO Madurai, LCIF Vision 2020 pediatric team training at LV Prasad Eye Institute, Hyderabad, cataract surgery campaigns and programs, equipment upgrade for existing eye hospitals, Johnson & Johnson and LCIF Sight for Kids program, transport vehicles for community outreach programs, Lions World Sight Day projects, low vision rehabilitation project in Telangana, microfinancing and community development, research grants. Management of diabetic retinopathy, different stages of diabetic retinopathy, starting from the top left, clockwise. The first slide is the normal fundus or the back of the eye. Minimum changes happening in the back of the eye with few microaneurysms and hemorrhages. Little bit thickening of the back of the eye called macular edema. Further, there is leaking from the blood vessels. You can see some white exudates with the arrow mark there. Little more increase of diabetic retinopathy with hemorrhages, superficial hemorrhages, deep hemorrhages, and exudates. And the sixth slide, the background is pale, retinal arteries are narrow. You will have more number of hard exudates and more number of hemorrhages. This normally happens with hypertension and diabetes and involvement of the kidney or what we call it as nephropathy. And more number of hard exudates at the back of the retina, involvement of the macula. You can see the laser photocoagulation spots in the next slide. And the last slide is the diabetic proliferative retinopathy in terms of insulin-dependent diabetes, and it occurs in the younger age groups. Management of diabetic retinopathy, diagnosis and treatment of DR. First is the direct ophthalmoscopy, which can be used in diabetic retinopathy screening camps, followed by indirect ophthalmoscopy by using the indirect ophthalmoscope and using a lens where we'll be having a three-dimensional view of the retina. Then the slit lamp examination of various parts of the eye to find out the micro-level changes happening in diabetic eye complications. Next one is a fundus camera, wherein we'll be able to take the view after injecting a dye called as fluorescein dye, or we call them as a fluorescein fundus photography. And in terms of treatment, laser photocoagulation, especially with green laser, you can see the green laser beam is being delivered by indirect ophthalmoscopy system. Isame, total Sight First grants and amounts. Isame total grants awarded globally till date 1,389. Grants for Isame 505 that constitutes 36.5% of all the grants. Amount in US dollars globally, $371,034,297. Amount in US dollars to Isame, $74,375,438. That amounts to 20.04% of all the grants. Again, grants for India and number of people trained. Personnel trained 1,607. Cataract surgeries 2,043,178. Comprehensive eye examinations 1,003,282. Hospitals equipped or renovated 355. Pakistan, personnel trained 2,377. Cataract surgeries 106,100. Comprehensive eye examinations 90,144. Hospitals equipped or renovated 3. Bangladesh, personnel trained 14. Cataract surgeries 109,813. Comprehensive eye examinations nil. Hospital equipped or renovated 8. Sri Lanka, personnel trained 10. Cataract surgeries 52,744. Comprehensive eye examination 14,415. Hospital equipped or renovated 16. Nepal, personnel trained 999. Cataract surgeries 261,155. Comprehensive eye examination 115,414. Hospital equipped or renovated 16. Cumulative, personnel trained in Isame region 5,007. Cataract surgeries 2,572,990. Comprehensive eye examination 1,222,955. Hospital equipped or renovated 398. Site first challenges: development of comprehensive eye care systems and services, difficulty in recruiting and retaining ophthalmologists and optometrists, adequate cost recovery through internal revenue generation to have reasonable surplus, external resource mobilization for capacity building, quality assurance, enhancement and sustenance, active involvement and participation of Lion members in site-first activities, roles and responsibilities of multiple district, sub-district, club site-first committees, coordination between the hospital management committee, the trust, and the Lions Club. Site first, Lions vision for all with social accountability. Unless the government, non-governmental organizations like Lions Clubs International Foundation and private sector and civil society will not be able to make public health program a great success. Moreover, we have to always keep it in mind, whatever our program may be, what is the relevance of the program, what is the excellence of the program, what is the equity of the program, and what will be the cost effectiveness. In all these aspects, Site First programs of Lions Clubs International have fulfilled all the requirements of a public health program. Site First concluding statement: Lions Clubs International Foundation has been successful in accomplishing the vision, mission, and objectives of Site First, the Lions Vision for All, in the last 30 years in reducing the burden of blindness and visual handicap to make the world a better place to see and live. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Fellow Lions, friends, colleagues, I'm honored to be with you, even in a virtual way, to celebrate together the birthday of Site First. Site First. 30 years of Site First. Well, 30 years and many things to share and remember about this marvelous program. 30 years and 9.3 million cataract surgeries provided to the people in need who would otherwise be blind and stay blind for the rest of their lives. 30 years and 150 million children served around the world in the most remote areas where those services were not existing if it wasn't for Site First. 30 years and 300 million family members which were educated about the condition of their children, assisted in accepting the solution, assisted in coping with the requirement for rehabilitation of the children, and in understanding that the children were marvelous, notwithstanding the level of their vision, and their potentiality was immense. 30 years and 300 million doses distributed around the world to eliminate onchocerciasis, river blindness, to the point that today, in the last 10 years, it has not been anymore a blinding disease. 30 years and 1,300 facilities providing eye care established, rehabilitated, equipped, supported, expanded across the world in the most needy areas. 30 years and in excess of 1,300 projects which were developed, assisted, reviewed, approved, supported, implemented, and evaluated. 30 years and 112 countries where Cyprus has brought eye care services which weren't there before for the people in need. 30 years and $370 million invested by the global Lions community to support eye care, to care for the blind, to prevent further blindness, to rehabilitate those with irreversible vision loss. What a fantastic achievement, friends. Sight first, the name says it all. Sight first because 80% of the information we receive from today's world is visual, it's through sight, the sense of sight. And in the growth years, in excess of 90% of the information is conveyed through the sense of sight. So what a senseful investment to invest in sight. First, Sight First. First, because Sight First has been the first program in eye care considering quality of services as a form of respect for the people in need, so that they could trust that their vision, their eyes, their sight was in good hands. First, to implement a very rigorous review process using science and evidence to identify the best buys for the money given from the Lions to Sight First for providing eye care to the people in need around the world, moving away from opinion, impression, interests. First, to support innovation through research, not just looking at what is new, what through the research is demonstrated an advantage versus the past. First, to care for the communities where the problems were and supporting them through education to seek care, to prevent diseases, to avoid that negligible condition what then causes irreversible permanent blindness. First, in believing in the value of volunteers as peer-to-peer educators and care providers, even in a complex and highly technical area of work like ophthalmology. First, to define very clearly which are the quality-based criteria for project development, spelling them out, developing them with the international assistance of experts from around the world, and reviewing them on a regular basis in order to be always informed by the latest development, the latest evidence, to do better, to do more. The first, to support government-led policy changes for ensuring that provision of eye care and availability of the same was lasting for the longer time. What a fantastic vision of what eye care could have been 30 years ago. Sight First has very successfully moved through the stages of the global eye care programs, starting from the prevention of blindness, so just running after the event already happened and trying to provide surgery when possible, rehabilitation when it was too late, and assistance when blindness was no more a condition which could be reversed. and assisting the blind to be successful in life and useful for their communities. From prevention of blindness years, Sight First evolved into the eye care years. So expanding the level of services to those not already blind, but with blinding conditions. The simplest one, refractive errors, cataract surgeries, trichiasis for trachoma. From eye care into comprehensive eye care, which means gathering for any conditions which people may have, which could bring them to seek for care in a facility, being a government hospital, a Lions-run hospital, or hospital run by fellow organizations. And for comprehensive eye care, venturing also into supporting research to inform Sight First in order to be always the better program providing eye care across the world. Lions are known for Sight First. Sight First is a very well-known and respected program around the world. Whenever a new colleague comes to WHO in Geneva and I mention Sight First, more often than not, they know it, they remember it, they've seen it on their mothers, on their fathers, sometimes on themselves. They've probably been living in communities where onchocerciasis was a problem for their grandfathers and grandmothers. They've probably been living in places where trachoma was still a blinding disease decades ago and isn't anymore. They still remember the people being blind because of a cataract, which could be operated or wasn't. So it's something of which I'm very proud. I'm very proud to work with Sight First, to be associated with Sight First. I'm very proud of working with the Lions, people who dedicate generously their time to care for the need of others. Lions are compassionate. Lions are powerful. Lions are very clearly minded in pursuing what they want to pursue. And in Sight First, they demonstrated their value. Sight First is the flag of Lionism across the world. It's caring for communities, is serving the underserved, is reaching the rich, is going ahead of the government services, is running in emergencies, is supporting other disease elimination or management. But Sight First is, in many ways, the pin we all would like to have here. And for me, it's a great proud, very proud to say that I work with Sight First and work with the Lions. Whenever I go around working with Sight First, I see proud Lions going around. Proud Lions being known for what they do. A community of service, which knows very well that they can stand in front of the name Sight First, because Sight First means quality. Sight First means serving the underserved and the forgotten, the one left behind. When there is someone left behind, Sight First has the greatest value for them, because again, without sight, light in the hardest part of the world is extremely difficult. And giving back the gift of vision to people which wouldn't otherwise have the chance to be served means allowing them to develop when they're young, to get through education when they're young, to get employment when they are in adult age, to stay independent when they're old, to keep and maintain brain and educational and cognition capacity. Means trying to avoid underemployment or unemployment, for the elderly, to avoid falls, which would then be probably a very difficult condition to survive to. Means also avoiding road crashes, which is one of the rampant and growing cause of death around the world. So what better than the gift of sight to the people we wouldn't otherwise be able to be supported and helped. I hope that Sight First will be able to embrace the new eye care which is coming, which is expanding the value of eye care beyond sight. Is what you do with sight, is what empowers you to have a good vision and keep your good vision through life. Friends, I'm honored to be with you. In the many years in which I've been able to be physically present with you, I've always enjoyed the warm welcome I've received. I felt a friend among friends. I felt to have another home away from home. And it's not a way of saying things. You know me, many of you know me. I know how strongly I feel this and how deep it is in my heart. Proud of working with the Lions, for the Lions, proud of being a Lion. I trust that many more years will come, offering the world the gift of Sight First. I hope that what is happening in these pandemic years, during which eye care services are not stopped, are remodeled, are redesigned, but never stopped, will also be a sign for us of how much the world needs Sight First. Because I can tell you, without Sight First, the world would be very different today. It wouldn't be better at all. Today, we are embracing new areas of work, migrant health, displaced people health. We are facing at gender equity. We are looking into global access, global coverage to health services. And Sight First is a great contributor to this. And we will ensure that this is known by everyone who is working in our area and everyone on Earth. So let me congratulate all of you who started Sight First, who have been in Sight First all across their professional and association life. Let me express again my joy in working with all of you and helping as much as I can for the little I can do in implementing projects which bring sight, brings health and eye care to the people in need. Thank you very much for your patience in listening to me. And I hope that soon we will be able to meet again in person and share again the feeling of good, which gives to all of us the work we do through Sight First. Thank you very much.
Thank you.